All right, chat, let's get right into the video. Today we had a successful day in trading. We made $1.1 million. And then we have a $500,000 withdrawal. $500,000 withdrawal. And then let me show TradeZilla too. Hold on one sec. And our TradeZilla as well. So as you can see, and all TradeZilla does is it takes my live account and it just puts all my stats on here. Bro, can it focus? Yo, focus. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. So as you can see my TradeZilla, and it unfocuses again. All right, there we go. So we have a 500K withdrawal, and then overall showing my trades and stats for today. Today, the 21st, so once again on the 21st, and I'm gonna break all this down on my computer, but I just wanted to have a kind of talk with you guys. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, as you can see, we made 900K on Sunday, and then the following Monday, we made 182K, but they was all the same kind of setup because one trade happened and then 12 o'clock turned, so it went to the next day. So, but with that being said, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys because I think a lot of you guys are like trying to confuse ICC and trying y'all are like overall confusing everything. I don't know if this is loud, but I'll turn it back up later. All right, so maybe that might not be loud. Maybe that might not be loud at all. Let me turn it back up. Fixing my mic. All right, so if it's too loud, I'll just turn it down. But what I wanted to kind of go over, and then I'll get into the breakdowns, but you guys have to understand that the way that I trade is super simple for a reason. I like to be able to get onto the charts, get on fast, get on quick, make a decision, and then get in, get out. I'm a swing trader. I trade NASDAQ and gold. I've mainly been trading gold for the past month because it's been looking way better than NASDAQ. As a trader, I feel like you have to really look at things from a different perspective, not trading something like, I feel like one pair is good, but two pairs for me has been working well because I can decipher which one looks better than the other. And all I'm doing when I'm doing this is like, which trend looks better? Is this one moving more or is this one not moving at all? Like, how can I decipher which pair should I be trading or what commodity or CFD should I be trading? And I choose gold and NASDAQ. They move a lot, they're very volatile, but I've been choosing gold over NASDAQ due to the fact that gold has been making more trendy moves than NASDAQ. Even though NASDAQ is going up, I still prefer to trade gold right now because the moves are super clean. They're not looking complex. They're super clean ABC setups. So with that being said, I also want to get in here and say that once again, I have no mentorship to sell you. I have no course to sell you. I have no signals to sell you. I have no prop firm to sell you or anything. Like I'm really just like the Alex Hormozy of forex. Yeah, but I'm black. So with that being said, and you can see like I've lately been stopped wearing my chains too as well. I can't change my face tats, bro. I can remove them, but it takes a year to remove my face tats. I know I don't look like the average day trader or somebody that might be worth millions of dollars, but I've shown you guys from bank statements, from logging into my bank account. I've shown, what have I shown? I've shown withdrawals. I've shown my accounts. Like I show my accounts all the time. I don't know what else to show people anymore. Like I don't know what else to show people. So I just been kind of like, hey man, the real ones know. The real ones know. And then we have the haters, they come in and they like talk that shit. Like still to this day, someone has yet came and backed whatever they said with actual proof. And I'm still gonna wait to this day. Oh, he's a fraud. Oh, he's fake. You still have not yet to prove anything other than, to be honest, oh, he's an affiliate for liquid brokers. That's the best they can come up with. But yeah, I show everything. I'm pretty transparent with pretty much everything, even my life. You don't see over edited vlogs. You don't see over edited freaking YouTube strategy videos. Like, here's the best strategy on the 5 minute time frame. I don't make videos like that. I tell you the exact thing you need to do. 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, scale down to the 5 or 15 minute time frame. If the 4 hour or 1 hour is bullish, you scale down to a smaller time frame and make sure they correlate together. Take your entry, target a 1 hour or 4 hour high. That's it. That's all you need to do. So, once again, I'm not gonna waste all your time. I just kind of want to get on here and say that like, people overthink things, and I know you guys have been hurt by gurus and course sellers and all these people, and just I know you guys have been hurt before, but I'm actually trying to give you this helping hand right now, and I just need you guys to just like latch on and just take it. Just take it and just run with it. So once again, not here to sell you anything, but here's a before and after of the trade that made me $1.1 million. And overall, I hope we can build something good here with ICC. I hope we can build something good here. ICC and only payouts. And yeah, bro, I'm still getting used to the camera. Wait, can I tell you a little bit about me? All right, so I'll tell you a little bit about me after the breakdown. How about that? So after the breakdown, I'll tell you a little bit about me so you can kind of know who I am. And yeah, we'll just go from there. All right, guys, so I'm looking for gold to go bullish. As we can see, the support levels are getting higher and higher. Price is pushing back above this gray zone, which this gray zone is basically where sellers were in the market at one point. The sellers were in the market and they pushed price down. As we can see, we had an indication above that price level. So this lets me know that price is becoming bullish anywhere above 33.56. So right now where we're currently at, price can go bullish and have that bullish potential, that bullish movement to continue higher. And that is what I'm going to take advantage of. So yeah, let's see how this goes. It's still making that push, as you can see, back above that gray zone. So looking pretty good, almost TP hit. All right, chat. So once again, I am going to be entering another set of gold buys. Prices coming back above that 1 hour level where sellers are sitting. I'm not expecting it to do much until New York. So I'm gonna just kind of sleep on this and be prepared for however the morning comes out. But as we can see, price is building higher levels of support. So we have one here, we have one here, and then we have one that was just made, which is here. And now price is coming back above that level on the 1 hour time frame. And I'm gonna be targeting this wick up here, this high. We could target this first, but I think I'm gonna just target the wick overall. And as we can see, price is coming back above that 1 hour level. So let's see how everything plays out. Once again, I'm not expecting it to do much until New York session. So let's see how everything goes. I guess. So as you can see, live time, price is moving. Price back above this level. As we can see, last night I told you it was going to buy back above this level. Look at it, current price. So look at current price now. As you can see, prices made that push, make that first higher high, swing low. So this is our higher low, and then price made a second push today during New York session as well. So as you can see, the way that I'm teaching you is valid. As you can see, once again, no bar replay down here, right? I can open like I'm gonna close this, reopen it, it's still right there. Look at it, it's still right there. So with that being said, no bar replay, no none of that. Just showing you live data, live footage of how I'm trading. As you can see, I have a 92% overall win rate. So the trades that I call 92% of the time, it's gonna hit. I have 17 million. Sorry, I was gonna say 7, but we are pushing 7 million on the P&L. But as you can see, 6 million P&L, 17 million on the account balance. Overall, this week I've made $1.1 million, so almost 1.2 million. And then yesterday, so we took that one trade last night. So this trade down here, I don't know if I explained this, but I'll go over it again. The first trade was like down here. As you can see, price, when it opened, it shot down. And I'm like, yo, price should be bullish because of that 4 hour time frame, yada yada. So then it shot down on that 5 minute time frame, made a level of support. So it made a low. And then it made a lower high. And then it came back down, failed to make another low because as a lower high or as a downtrend, it's supposed to continue to make a lower low. But it failed to do that. So now this low is higher than this one. So the higher low happened here, and I got in here because higher lows only happen when price is in an uptrend. So the smart way would have been definitely above here. I did get another position above here. I'll post my screen recordings too as well. I'm trying to give you guys as much proof as possible that I'm trading the way that I'm trading. But above this level would have definitely been a solid entry because it's breaking a lower high. You have your higher low. Price is showing you that it's bullish on the 5 minute. The reasonable entry would have been above that 1 hour level though, because price could have still set up. Like it was a risky trade because price could have set up and made a lower high, but it was worth the risk. I'm always taking risks. I'm a high risk trader when it comes to things. So I'm always taking that chance to be right in a sense. So yeah, that 5 minute, that first push up was the one that I made $1 million off of. It was a small push. I felt good because I felt like I was catching the bottom. So I did put a little bit more risk on top than my second trade. My second trade, I honestly was just risking some profits. So since I made $1 million, I was risking right around like 200K. And then above this level, I was like, okay, I mean, you know, it's cool. Let's try to take that trade. Let's try to see how price is going to push. And it went crazy. So with that being said, I mean, I'll take it is for what it is because I definitely closed right around here. So I closed around here. I'm going to be so honest with you. I closed around here because it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I'm pretty much done. And then price ended up, I woke up and price was like 2 bullish candles up to the upside. And I was like, okay. I mean, everybody in the chat was eating. So once again, if you're not in my Telegram, make sure you join. As you can see, it's pretty active in here, bro. I drop a lot of gems in here if you really, and I call my trades live in here too as well. So if you really want to get some site insights, here's the place for you to be. I'm not trying to sell you a course. Once again, I promise you I'm not. Matter of fact, let me jump to my camera again. All right, so a little bit about me. I grew up in I was born from Miami, Florida. My birthday is May 27th. My real name is Tadarius Adams, if you guys didn't know. Everybody calls me Sai. Even my mom is starting to say Sai, but but yeah, everybody calls me Sai. Sai came from when I used to play like video games back then, and it was like Cyfex, which was like side effects, which was my gamer tag, but everybody on the game called me Sai. So when I made Trades by Sai on Instagram, I was just like, oh, Trades by Sai, because everybody called me Sai. Like all my coworkers and stuff called me Sai. So yeah, anyways, I was born in Miami. I grew up in Georgia. I was in foster care. I lost my mom my mom lost me when I was like 4, almost 5, somewhere around that age. And then I grew up in foster care. My foster mom, at first, she was an amazing foster mom until we got like a little bit older and towards like middle school. And then the person she married, they ended up getting divorced. The guy she divorced, his daughter had passed away from cancer. It was a whole thing. And that was my stepsister, and like she taught me everything I knew. And she passed away, so then I started, getting a different treatment because I was acting out. I'm trying to put it in words, but I was acting out a lot in school, and just overall everything became worse once I got to high school or like middle school. So with all this being said, my foster mom, after she got divorced, she started seeing different people, different guys coming in and out of my life. And just overall, like I was just seeing no type of real guidance from somebody. So with all this being said, I started to look for guidance from people in the streets or just in school. But these people used to be like, they wasn't even in school for real. So these guys was like thugs, gangsters, whatever you would call them, gangbangers. And I'm looking for advice from them, seeking for validation from them because I never got validation in my foster care home. And with this being said, it got me into a lot of trouble, started getting into fights, started getting into stealing things, breaking into things. And I know y'all are looking at me like now, it's like, he's got face tats. I like tattoos, I'm not gonna lie. I do like tattoos. I am getting my tattoos removed, but I do like tattoos, as you can see. I need to get more, like I don't have enough, but I do like tattoos a lot. I hate needles, but I do like tattoos. So with that being said, I grew up and I was always seeking validation, trying to fit in with other people because I never fit in at home. And also my words, when I speak sometimes, I'm thinking too fast most of the time. But yeah, trying to seek validation from other people in school ended up giving me a year and a half in juvenile. So I spent 13 all the way to 15 years old in juvenile detention. I also went to a mental hospital a few times due to like suicide and just overall depression. But I really don't tell too many people that because everybody takes it the wrong way. But I used to have cuts on my arm. It's so old now, but I used to definitely have a lot of cuts on my arm, which is why I actually got this baby NASA tattoo right here to cover, because like when I had this baby NASA tattoo, I still have my scars. So I still have my scratches, or not scratches, but my cuts all over my arm. And I got this baby NASA tattoo, my first tattoo, when I turned 18, because I thought you had to be 18 to get a tattoo. But I got this tattoo to cover up all the scars I had. And actually now it's pretty much healed and it's not even there anymore. So I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, I used to be super suicidal. And then once I got out of juvenile at 15, I was once again going back to my foster mom after I got out, and I would say it seemed fine. Everything back in the house was quiet, but like once again as well, like she was using all the money she got from the government. So the government gives the foster parent money, and the foster parent is supposed to use that money to take care of the kids. She was using it on, doing drugs, partying, and she wasn't doing the right things with it. So it was me and my brother too as well. And all this happened, so we used to steal out of Dollar Generals, we used to steal out of Family Dollars and convenience stores just to feed ourselves. Like, it sounds so surreal, like how we had to live. Like, I don't even know, bro. It's just like, I look back at my life and I'm like, dang, that's crazy. I didn't have money. Like, I didn't have a single dollar to my name. So me and my brother used to literally steal. And at that time, we had no access to the internet. My foster mom never let us have a phone. She never let us go outside. She never let us watch any TV. We didn't even have, we used to watch DVDs, and then she ended up making us stop watching DVDs. So I had no access to the internet until I was 16. So when I turned 16, I got kicked out of my foster parents' house. And the kick out was more of like, she just kind of abandoned me. That's how my biological mom would explain it. But I came home one day, the whole house was empty, no furniture, and I came back after an 8-hour shift. 8-hour work shift, I come back, nobody's in the house, she's not picking up the phone, and she told me she was like in Wisconsin or some shit, and I'm in Georgia, and I have no family because my whole life, she always told me, like my foster mom always told me, my mom left me because she didn't love me, and my dad doesn't love me either. And I didn't know my mom or dad. So I kind of went with the flow. And yeah, I just grew up always thinking that. So at 16, I had nobody to kind of lean on. I was homeless at 16. So then I picked up like 2 jobs. Once I picked up 2 jobs, I was working at Taco Bell, and then I was working at McDonald's. I worked at Taco Bell in the nighttime, and then I worked at McDonald's in the morning. And overall, like, I was just trying to stay off the streets as much as possible. Like, literally stay off the streets as much as possible. So that's why I picked up 2 jobs at 16. I slept in the break room of McDonald's, and I also slept in Taco Bell. I'm trying to make it make sense for you guys, because I tell the story all the time, so most of you guys already know the story. But yeah, I stayed in Taco Bell for like 3 a.m. all the way into 7 in the morning, and then I did McDonald's from 7 a.m. or like roughly 7:30 a.m. all the way into like the afternoon, so like 5 in the afternoon almost. And then I would just switch between the two of which one I kind of stayed at. They let me stay in the break room. I just had like a little book bag and like a little bit of clothes in there. And yeah, bro, like it was bad. And I did that for 8 months. And then in the midst of those 8 months, a coworker kind of helped me out, and she let me like stay with a friend, which was like this disabled lady that kind of let me sleep on her couch. And then from there, I just kind of slept there for like the rest of my months. And then one day I kind of got tired of it, so I was like, let me just like contact my mom to see like if like she responds or whatever the case might be. So I searched her name up on Facebook, and when I searched her name up on Facebook, it popped up. I text the number, or I text the account. Once I text the account, I kind of went to sleep on it. I was like, okay, maybe she might not respond. I go to sleep. It was like 12 o'clock at night. You know those deep thoughts you be getting at like 11 o'clock at night, and you're just sitting there and you're like, bro, I gotta do something. Or like you just be thinking about something random. Yeah, that was one of those thoughts. I was like 12 o'clock at night. I was like, fuck it, bro, I'm gonna text her. So then I get on my phone and I'm texting her. And then from there, I was like, okay, bet. If she doesn't respond, that's all good. We're gonna keep pushing. To be honest, I was at the end of it, bro. I was actually gonna kill myself. Wait, I don't think I can say that. I'm gonna blur that out. Anyways, but yeah, so I woke up that next morning. She actually responded, and then she was like, where are you? And then I told her where I was at. I gave an address to her, and she said, oh, I'm actually 15 minutes away from you. And the whole time, remember, the whole story, like I didn't know her the whole time. Like throughout my whole years of living, like I didn't even know who she was. So it's crazy that she was like right around the vicinity. So it was like small world, super small world. So with that being said, she ended up coming to get me. And then when she came and got me, I was like literally a mess, bro. Talk about no haircut for months, freaking just dirty face, everything. It was just bad. It was bad. But yeah, it was bad. So then I moved in with her, and it was like, okay, like this is a fresh start. Moving with my biological mom, fresh start. And then from there, I was like, okay, bet. I need to build up. And I'm 17 by this time. I need to build up. So I started working a moving job. I was overall just like trying to make some money, trying to hustle for some money to help my mom out. The moving job paid a lot, and I was in Atlanta at the time. So where I was actually in like Forest Park area. So you can look up Forest Park on your Google Maps or whatever. Forest Park, Georgia, look it up on Google Maps. So I was living around that area, which is not the best area, but it's all right. We just made it happen. I was sleeping on the floor, sharing a room with my sister. And yeah, I was just hustling, bro. I was hustling. I was working different jobs. I worked at Taco Bell. I worked at Wendy's. I worked at McDonald's. I was working at Walmart. I picked up Walmart. That was my first warehouse job when I turned 18. And then I also picked up another job that I got from a staffing company. So what a staffing company does is basically you apply to them, they take your resume, and then they just go send it out to different warehouses until one of them chooses you, right? So with that being said, yeah, I ended up picking a warehouse job. It paid like $18 an hour, and then Walmart paid like $15 an hour. Well, let me tell it right? I didn't have the Walmart job yet. I had the staffing company job first, and then somebody told me about trading. When somebody told me about trading, that's when I picked up those warehouse jobs. I was like, okay, I need to start somewhere. So basically, somebody told me about trading. I was working fast food. I was working at Crystal's on Cleveland Avenue. You can go look that up if you want to. Call them up, because some of you guys think I'll be lying. Literally call them up, say, yo, do you know a Tadarius Adams that used to work here 5 years ago? And they're gonna tell you, yeah, he used to, well, maybe, I don't know. They probably don't remember me, but they was old jits. And you know, fast food companies, they don't care about you, bro. They in and out of people, but dead ass, fast food on Crystal's on Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. Look it up. It's right next to a gas station. It's off of the highway. Once again, I cannot make it up to you. I was working there. Lady told me about trading stocks. So she said that I needed to be 18. When I turned 18, I got my social security card back. I got my birth certificate back, because my foster mom took all my identity. She took my birth certificate, she took my social security card, so she can file me on her taxes and get money off of me, because I was still a kid, right? So at 18, I got all my stuff back. And then when I got all my stuff back, I started a Webull account. I got a job, a better job, a higher paying job. So I quit my job. I quit my fast food job before I turned 18 because I told myself when I turn 18, I'm never gonna work fast food again. I made that up to myself. I was never gonna work fast food again. So then I pick up this warehouse job from the staffing company, and it's paying like $18 an hour. I'm like, cool, bet. And it's paying weekly. We only had to work 4 to 5 times a week. So I was like, all right, cool. So I pick up that job, and then I get Walmart. Well, first I pick up that job and I start working. I'm trading with that money. I'm blowing the money. And my mom was like, yeah, you need to stop trading. Trading is gambling. And once again, I didn't finish high school. I got kicked out 10th grade. I got suspended for too many fights. And then I was on probation, which ended up getting me back into juvie too as well. That's a whole nother topic. Like, I've been in and out of juveniles from 13 to 15, or 12 to 15. So it was like a whole mess. And then I ended up getting kicked out of school. Anyways, where was I? I tell this story so much, bro. But yeah, I pick up the job at the staffing company. I'm working. I'm trying to trade and make it make sense. I'm watching different YouTubers in the bathrooms because you couldn't be at your phone on work, and I'm trying to make it happen. I'm blowing my money. She's telling me my mom's telling me I need to quit. She says I need to go work a normal job, make some money that way, get my GED, all this and that. I'm trying to make trading work out. So then I pick up another job because I'm blowing my money. So I picked up another job to make one job for my mom to help her pay for the bills, and then another job, which was Walmart. I did that job so I can basically save up my money for trading. Eventually, I got better at budgeting my money. I live super beyond my means. I walk to work. I never really if I could take the bus, or like if I treated myself that day, like if I had a good day in the markets, I would treat myself to riding the bus, which was like $2.50. I ate ramen noodles at work, which was like $1.50. And then I also ate the rice packets, the rice pasta sides. If you look up rice pasta sides, I'm gonna show you. I used to eat these because it was $1 at the time before inflation. I don't know how much it is now, but at the time it was $1. Rice pasta sides. Oh yeah, it's $2 now. Yo, focus. But yeah, I used to eat these rice pasta sides. I used to eat those and like just save money as much as possible. I scrambled and tried to live. I honestly, to be honest with you, what I did to myself back then, I wouldn't recommend to anybody else. I was making like $1,000 a week at the age of 18. So, and this was working my jobs. One job paid like 500, the other one paid like 500. So I was making around like $1,000 a week, 900, 800, to be honest, at the tax. And I was making this money, but I was just telling myself, I need to live off of $20. I need to be able to take this $20 and live off of it. So I walked to work. I didn't take the bus. I made sure that I was only trying to shower and do all my stuff at home. My gym time, I didn't have a gym membership. So in the mornings at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning before I had to wake up to work, I would literally run down the street, like where I used to stay. I used to run down that street all the way to the gas station and loop back around. So that's like a mile. It was like 2 miles a day. Every morning I would literally be in my pajamas. Like, bro, I wish I took a picture of it and documented all this. But I used to wake up in my PJs and I would just run outside. Like sometimes my mom would argue because I would be up so early in the morning, but I would literally be in boxers, bro. And I would just run outside, literally just run every single morning. And I did that because I was like, I gotta be disciplined. I gotta be better. I gotta be better than everybody else. I gotta be better than everybody else. Because all my friends, all they did was work. All they did was work and go home and play the game. So to be honest, my competition was being a better me, but I wanted to be better so my friends can get better too. Because my friends didn't do anything. And friends, I mean by coworkers that I had. I had 2 jobs, so I obviously had coworker friends. And I was just like, dang, I don't want to I was in one of my warehouse job, and there was this guy that was like 60 years old, bro. He was like 60 years old, and he's been working there for 10 plus years of his life. And I was like, bro, that's crazy. I'm like, bro, have you ever traveled? Like, and I didn't even travel at that time. And I'm just like, bro, that's crazy. So it's like, I just wanted to push myself harder so I couldn't end up like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but then again, it is something wrong with that. He doesn't, like, he was telling me how, and shout out to Ron, because that's what his name is, Ron, man. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of him. Maybe I can't, I probably couldn't. I don't have that phone anymore, but bro, I wish I had my old cellular devices. But yeah, shout out to Ron. He was 60 years old, super old guy, wears glasses, light skin, super light skin, almost pale because his mom was white, and his dad was like African or something like that. So, you know, shout out to him, man. But anyways, yeah, so I just wanted to get better every single day. So I was living beyond my means and trying to make shit work off of $20 a week. I was trying to live off of $20 a week and save my money up. I was learning while I was doing this. I wasn't really too much trading in the beginning because I felt like I didn't have enough skills, because I had this incident where I saved up $900 and then I put it into a trading account. And when I put it into a trading account, I basically blew it in 5 minutes. And from that moment, I kind of lost the ordeal of like, trading is just money. Like, I lost that mindset of like, oh, money, money, money. And I was like, bro, I gotta get better. Like, I just have to get better at this shit. Like, I really have to get better, because I just blew $900 in 5 minutes. I know I can make $900 in less than a minute, you know? So then I'm like, okay, I gotta get better. I save up my money. While I'm saving up, I'm just watching the charts, and I'm using the trading tools on there to kind of get in positions and show, like, I would literally put the position tool and just watch my trades. Like, I wouldn't get into them. And then over a while, once I started seeing I was hitting more trades, I put $3,000 in an account because I was saving up for a couple of weeks, $3,000 in an account, and then I started to build from there. And then a couple months later, like 3-4 months in, I made my first $1 million from that $3,000. So like, yeah, 3 months in, I made like $1 million. I got scammed for taxes, and then I was back down to like 300, almost like 350, like 350K. So then I got kind of discouraged. I still didn't quit my job. I still had 350K sitting in my Robinhood portfolio, because I switched over to Robinhood at this time. And yeah, I was still clocking in, like everything was normal. And people started to know me around the space, like around my coworkers started to notice me, because I would show my trades to a friend of mine who later betrayed me. He robbed me for all my stuff later on in my life. Like, once I started trading forex and I made a couple of millions of dollars, we went on shopping spree, and then he ended up robbing me for the stuff that I had, just a whole bunch of mess. But yeah, in the beginning, like, everybody started to notice me, and like, yeah, people was telling me like, yo, bro, you gotta get me into trading. So then I had all my coworkers trading too, and it was pretty crazy. And then eventually, like, I built up the courage to kind of quit my job. And then when I quit my job, that's when it was going on to 2022. 2022. Yeah, 2022. Yeah. Wait, somebody was making fun of me on the live earlier for saying that. Yeah, but 2022. I was basically just, you know, trying to find what was next, because SPY reached to $4. It actually got to 399 in December 2021. It touched 400, and then it tanked to like $10. Like, literally go backtrack it. Backtrack on everything I'm saying, right? And yeah, so I didn't know what to do, because I was trading stocks, penny stocks, and everything in the market has to go up for you to make money on stocks. So then I tried to find something else to do, and then my friend told me about forex, and he was like, yeah, you can trade up and down, and you can always make money no matter where price goes. So I got into it, and I started trading how I was trading in stocks, and then I started to build some type of system for myself to make constant money. And overall, like, long story short, like, I went from trading off that 10K account, because I took 10K and I put it into my trading account in forex. And from there, I just kind of built up, and I was like, fuck it, like, let's see how this goes. And the first 3 months, I made $1 million. And that was mostly trading off the Ukraine war. I was trading Ethereum sells, NASDAQ buys sometimes. I was trading some of everything until I finally settled in on NASDAQ. And then once I settled in on NASDAQ, I made my first $1 million off of trading NASDAQ. And that is how I got this tattoo. That is how I got this tattoo. Actually, I got this tattoo because right before my birthday, if some of the real ones know, if some of the real ones remember, I did the 2K to $11 million. All, like, I did it in front of people. So it's like when people say, oh, that's fake, I literally did it in front of people. Like, we did it live in front of people. I had a whole Discord at the time, and I went from 2K to $11 million. And a lot of people think that I started off into trading with 2K and then I went to 11 million. No, I already had capital already. Like, I had like, I wanna say I had like $2.5 million sitting in my bank at the time of that whole thing. So 2K, I was full margining it because it was like, it's only $2,000. I have $2 million in my bank account. It's only $2,000. So don't be getting the wrong perspective thinking, oh, I just came into the trading game and I started trading with 2K and went to 11. That's not the case. I was just risking it all. I wouldn't tell anybody to do what I did, but I would definitely build up capital before you start taking full margin trades. So with that being said, I didn't really, like, it was just something where I was like, okay, let me just trade it and see what happens. And then the trades that I was getting into was good. It was just good trades. I don't know what else to tell you. Like I don't know I don't know what else to tell you. Like, amen, say man. I don't know what else to say, bro. Like, but yeah, everybody's seen that happen. And then that's when I got this baby NASA tattoo. And baby NASA basically stands for, because everybody said, like, because I was young, I was like 19, I was turning 19. And they're like, this 19-year-old kid is making hella money. And people started calling me baby NASA or baby Nas, because I was going up like a rocket, and NASA is like the whole space company. So that's why I got the rocket, baby NASA, NASA, and yeah. And everybody said I was young, so that's where the baby part comes from. But yeah, that is pretty much my life. Now I'm making around, so 4 or 5 years, well, we're almost on my 5th year, 5 or 4 years in, I'm sitting roughly around like 300 or 400K a week. And then like on some weeks I can make $1 million, some weeks I can't. But there's some good traders out there that I'm trying to get up to. There's this one guy that I know who's making like $50 million a week. And there's an older guy that I know. So the guy that's making $50 million a week, he's like 23. He's 23, and he's not even, like, he's on social media too. He does the same thing I do. He doesn't have a course, no mentorship, none of that. So it's not, so if you start naming influencers, it's not them. Right? I talked about it on the live stream. So if you want to go check the live stream that I did today, you can go check it. But he makes around like $50 million a week. And it's fucking insane, bro. It's like insane. So that's where I want to be. I want to get to that point where I'm making $50 million a week or even a month. Like, if I can make $50 million in a month, like, I would be on like Thanos level. I'm not gonna lie. And no, you don't need to buy supercars. You don't need to buy all this bullshit, bro. You just need to put your head down and work, bro. Fuck what anybody else says. You don't need to look rich. That's what people like, why does me having a Lamborghini prove that I have money? I never understood that out of people. Like, I never understood why people thought having a material item proves that you have money. Because I've seen people who have all these expensive things and they have no money. Some of these people will save up 200K. You have to understand, some of these people will save up 200K liquid, no assets, no nothing. They will have 200K liquid, spend it on the Lamborghini and have no money. They're sleeping in their Lamborghini. Like, I know that's probably a flex for some of you guys. Oh, this thing just turned off. I know that's a flex for some of you guys, but like, bro, some of these guys, they're sleeping in their Lamborghinis at that point. And that's not what I'm trying to be. So having materialistic things does not prove that you have money. Your results, your trades, so if you're a trader, your trades will show. If somebody's actually making money, their trades are consistent. Their stats are consistent. Everything they do is consistent. So with that being said, I'm not gonna keep rambling on. If you guys haven't watched the podcast where I go into my story, go watch that. I'm gonna link it down below. But have a great day. Comment ICC if you watch to the end. Oh snap, no. Let's do something different. Comment ICC Mafia if you made it. Comment ICC Mafia if you made it to the end. Matter of fact, no. Just comment ICC if you made it to the end. So, love you guys. See you guys soon.
I've been hot since the birth of my son. I remain unfazed, trust worse has been done. Man, fuck evaluation, show me personal funds.